happy to share with you sponsors from more than 1,500 participants. You see a huge chunk of the participants. 19% are corporates and funders. Males constitute about 3%. NGOs, academic institutes, and also students constitute about 10%. And innovators, exhibitors constitute. We are still finding watch 3, we will have participation already. It's 23 states. We have 900. Wash Innovation Hub is nurturing the next generation. Putting together a book which they are presenting to Pandiji, Mayor of Kanpur, and all the innovators are also a part of it. There are 21 pitch presentations awards. We moved to all the pitch of course, use of solar, the technology for nature-based solutions, digital IoT-based systems which can help in others.
Everything is realistic. It is not theoretical any longer. It's not at ideation stage. We have a company called TrashCon which converts everything trash into these. How do I take these ideas? How do I incubate in 670?
From Government of Telangana. May I request representative of Center for Innovations in Public Systems to please come onto the dais. Bright professionals who are passionate about urban sanitation systems and Mr. Arvind about improve sanitation. One of the critical areas of concern has always been the capacity building initiatives required to build the capacities of members in UNB in the country. And once the other states got to know that this is being done, there is considerable demand for replication. We will check. Thank you very much, sir. and news meter to please come out in advance. Sit down and get up again.
And he's known as KTR. I always say KTR stands for many things. KTR means he knows the root, reality. He was mentioning just now. He said, sir, this is the only state which recognizes our merit. Somebody has just said. And that happens, I have seen, maybe happening in other states. It happens in Telangana all the time. So we are doing what is this third edition of WASH. Now, as we have seen, the WASH third edition is a platform of the WASH information hub. And what is it? And how does it happen? Because I need to go back a little. You know, Telangana is one state where innovation is state driven. I mean, state normally gives some support to innovation systems. But the innovation and then sort of startup culture is driven by the Telangana state. Yeah. And before you all heard of the Tea Hub, which has changed the face of Hyderabad.
Mayor of Hyderabad, Srimati Professor Srinivas Chari, who's been a friend, philosopher, guide, a bunch of other things also. Professor Chari, thank you. For your continued guidance, continued staff, College of India. Thank you for organizing this event. Thank you for all your painstaking efforts. I think without you guys, this would not have happened. So I think they deserve. I welcome you all. And to all the knowledge in water, sanitation, and hygiene that has been organized in Hyderabad. I compliment all of you, and I think you guys more than anything. The enthusiasm, the exuberance that I've witnessed, going from one stall to another. Telangana is predominantly a rural state also, like many other Indian states. We're about 46% urban, so that makes us 54% rural. But the fact is, our population residing here is contributing nearly to 45 to 50% of our gross state. When I had mentioned to him that even Microsoft's revenues actually come from about 70 cities. So the fact is, cities and towns are our economic engines. From a rural setting to an urban setting is something that is, I think, grappled many sociologists with better livelihood, better economic opportunities, better healthcare opportunities, better educational opportunities, better quality of life, so to put. With and having to have a plan to deal with. When COVID hit us in 2020 March, the first 2 or 3 months when we were all under, an unprecedented, never in the history of mankind kind of a situation, a lockdown, which none of us possibly had ever envisioned. I saw several videos. The videos that were doing the rounds were that nature is actually breathing France in Venice, and how environment really, the nature, Mother Nature itself, and Earth itself is breathing easy because humans have started spending more time at home, have been logged in, at home. The point I'm trying to make is, while development is important, many of you are familiar with it. When Professor Chari and his team had approached the government of Telangana with an idea to create a hub for sanitation, hygiene, and water-related issues, clean tech, so to speak, in the tech parlance, we were very excited because this is an opportunity for us to not only create young entrepreneurs, to give you, an opportunity or a platform to create. Reminds me, he keeps saying, like how the IT revolution back in the late 90s and early part of this millennium had created millions of jobs for young Indians and youngsters across the world. How possibly now after this COVID pandemic, how healthcare is something that is on top of all of our minds, and how healthcare can possibly also create a spurt of next wave of growth. He's been telling me, he's been championing the cause that water, sanitation, and hygiene can create millions of jobs if we actually gear up. As governments, as individuals, as institutions, if we work together as stakeholders in this process, we can actually create solutions and also employment opportunities and wealth out of nothing, out of waste in fact. How to use trash and create, again, brilliant recyclable products in municipalities. There were others who were showing me solutions on how to treat water and come out with water that is reusable, treated water that is reusable. All in all, it was a brilliant gathering. But I do believe the opportunity is bigger. The scale can be bigger. Of course, it goes without saying, as Padmanabha Iyer was pointed out, states have to invest, governments have to invest. And more importantly, I saw a lot of exuberant youngsters who came to me, I want my solution to change the world. I promise you one thing, for those of you who have been here, for those of you who have exhibited, who have actually come forward, our Director of Municipal Administration is here, our Special Chief Secretary is here, our mayors in fact have visited your stalls, have exchanged cards. I promise you one thing, Government of Telangana will be your first customer. We will give you an opportunity. We will ensure that each of your products is given, potential future customers and future investors. You have the mayors from various parts of the country coming in here. Mayor from Kanpur is here. Mayor from Goa, Panjim I think. Mayor from Chandigarh was here, Mysore was here. All of them obviously would have been enthralled by your exuberance, by your exhibits, by your products, by your ideas. And I'm sure they've all taken notes. I'm sure they've all taken a lot of interest in your products. The one thing I'll tell you is, India is one country, which is possibly the youngest country in the world today. Our median age of the nation right now is 27. 50% of the population has an age of 27, average age of 27. If you actually expand it a bit, so provide a platform, we should invite the venture capitalists, because one of the things I believe in is the best of ideas, unless they are nurtured, unless they are curated, unless they are actually funded. And in India, unfortunately or fortunately, what we need is not venture capital, we need adventure capital. We need people who are enthusiastic about supporting youngsters. There could be great ideas, there could be great minds who could be working together, who could be wanting to change the world. The fact is, we need people to fund you. We have Ms. Rupa from IndusInd Bank. We had a quick discussion with her. She has promised and she has given us a commitment that her bank would most certainly work with our Wash Hub and look forward to that. Will inspire others to invest, but we look forward to the private sector to work closely with us. Create a fund of funds. Let's encourage our youngsters to actually take real world examples which will thrive, which will actually flourish, and which will provide solutions to the rest of the world. Coming to Hyderabad, I hope you've enjoyed our hospitality. I hope you've enjoyed our city. For those of you who are from outside of the city, let me also share with you. This city, in fact, not only offers the best biryani in the country, we also offer you a number of other amazing, innovative options called as E-Hub. We are also home to India's only women entrepreneurs hub called as the V-Hub, which is also not very far from here. And we are also home to 57 other incubating spaces, which is the largest number of incubators anywhere in the country for encourages innovation. This is a city that nurtures innovators. So I welcome you all, irrespective of where you are from in India. Could be from Kanpur, I met somebody else from Assam. I welcome you all to come to Telangana to innovate, incubate, incorporate in Telangana and grow.
I want to, from the forum, through you, put a request to CM sir. Question, sir. As in the recent past, we have had Impact Summit, a sustainable summit by Balamikas NGO. Today we are celebrating Incoash by ASCI. We have the various of T, V, Y, S, A to Z, I'm sure, in the near future. Since we are imbibing all the
Get up, otherwise I'm going to look very old. India actually, Constitution of India actually mandates that only 15% of the legislators can, the number of ministries is linked to the number of, legislators. So therefore there are only 18 ministers, including the Chief Minister in Telangana. So unfortunately, I don't know if we can actually have a minister who's looking dedicatedly at this, but I'm sure sustainable environmentalists. So definitely a great idea. I'll pass it on to him. Hopefully he'll say yes. Thank you.
I don't know whether it has been missed out or whether it is me that, because I work in the IC part mode, it's kind of IC, which is something on the IC part, on the awareness part, or all these.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Firstly, I completely agree with you. There needs to be a lot more awareness, a lot more information campaigns, and a lot more hangama around what we do. I think without a question, unless that good word starts spreading and good practices in fact start spreading young age as part of the curriculum, things will not change in our country. Conscious of ecology, conscious of environment, and conscious of what, all the things that are happening in the world in terms of climate change and everything else that goes with it. So from my government, I can commit, but I can't commit on social media big time. And if we have to connect to the youngsters of today, we have to, put it out there in social media as well. So I request all of you who have attended here, all the 600 plus or 700 plus, please use your social media platform not to spread hate, but love, but great ideas like this, and spread it.
You're supposed to continue to give me this output, this outcome. That makes it more viable for governments also to invest money and ensure that the money is not gone down the drain, and that solution is proven the test of the time.
We actually look at, even when we are laying the road, we work with the agencies there and we ensure that they actually take up the defect line. We know that when somebody is investing money and when somebody is actually investing not just money but a lot of resources, other resources as well, they have to be accountable, and even the governments also have to take their own share of the burden. I completely agree with you, but I differ with you on one point. It's not always the governments that have to invest into projects. In fact, what we have to do, because there's no dearth of capital. There is the ICICI banks, there is the investment banks, there is private equity out there who's wanting to support clean technologies, who's wanting to support sustainable development goals, etc. If we are able to fund and give opportunities to our entrepreneurs in a PPP mode or a BOT mode, I think that's the best thing that any government can do. Because end of the day,
I'm not only talking about network is not yet ready, or the network is there and then it does not feed in, there is no STP to feed in. So if even a smaller cluster is taken and complete from home to the recycled water gets back to that home, that is what I think will make a more meaningful sense, and that has to be an outcome based. Not
be able to provide an end-to-end kind of solution. So therefore what we do is we break it into modules. For instance, in Hyderabad, for example, we have gated communities and large apartments, hundreds and hundreds of apartments and thousands of apartments also. What we insist on them is that they actually set up their own sewage treatment plants. And then that treated water is let out into hubs, etc., etc. We mandate as a responsibility towards the environment that they also do their share. So while what you say is theoretically correct that we need to have end-to-end holistic kind of solution, it may not be possible each and every time, because while most of the companies out there, not just theory, it's right, but in practicality, because I've been a minister now for 8 years looking after this department, I know that there are some hitches in terms of implementing it practically. But I get your point. I get your passion. I get your point. Thank you.
और यहाँ पर आए हुए हमारे सभी समस्त माता की, भारत माता की, वंदे वंदे। आए हुए यहाँ पर समस्त अपने महापौरों को मैं बहुत बहुत कारण 1 मिनट में किया, इसलिए मैं इनको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ। ये इसी तरीके से बढ़ें, ये मेरा इनका आशीर्वाद है। मैं अपनी मेयर महोदया को बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ कि मैं आपके शहर में आई और आपने हमको 2 मिनट बोलना है। लेकिन एक बात मैं जरूर कहूँगी, यहाँ आकर अपने मेयरों से मैं इसको साझा करूँगी कि हम लोग इस भाग दौड़ की जिंदगी में भागते जाते हैं मशीन टाइप, लेकिन हम लोग आने वाली पीढ़ी के बारे में नहीं सोच रहे। वो सबसे बड़ा ये है कि जो पानी, जो हमारा जल है, जिसको हमको बहुत ही जरूरी है कि उसको बना के संचय होता है। अगर 1 लोटे पानी की जरूरत है तो हम 4 लोटा पानी खर्च करते हैं। हमको इसी पर, लेकिन गंदगी मत करिए, शहर अपने आप साफ रहेगा। मैं कहती हूँ कि आप गंगा जी को मत साफ करिए। किसी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देना चाहती हूँ, अपनी वाणी को विराम देना चाहती हूँ। धन्यवाद। मुझे जाना
that was the starting point. But we were, in fact, to hear you out, I have decided to miss my flight. I had a flight to catch, but I thought it is more than one flight. And just to tell you that Daiichi is a 60-year-old company. In this year, we are opening our factory in Haryana, and company has decided to look at kind of vision and the way you are supporting industry. I would very strongly recommend company Think was hub with whatever we can support, both in the company capacity and my personal capacity. Thank you.
So thank you very much, sir. I promise you will be much better than Gujarat and Haryana, I assure you.
మీరు అక్కడేం చేస్తున్నావు? నువ్వు కట్ట ఫోటో తీయ